Hello everybody, this is VerticalSandwich and welcome to an early video release. This video actually is going to be the 11th part of the Crash Bandicoot series, where I just go back and gain lives. So it's gonna go in, like, it belongs in the series there, but it originally just had like a big rant, like, as the audio. But I decided to release it early and I decided to change the audio because a couple people sent me a message about Nintendo starting to claim Content ID matches on YouTube and how this affects LPers. So I just wanted to kind of run through that a little bit and just talk about that. So I replaced this rant. We're going to put this video up out of sequence. And the note will be that, like, you can see, you know I went back and got lives at some point in this LP. That's all you really need to know. What I am going to say is this is how it goes. 4 Nintendo games, Nintendo-owned properties. I have 3 NES games. It's 50. They're 50 videos total. I have Mario's Missing on the Super NES. It's 11 videos. I have 6 games for the N64. It's 387 videos. Seriously, 387 videos. I have 1 GameCube game, Wario World, and 1 Wii game, Super Paper Mario. Like 35 videos for Wario World, 63 for Super Paper Mario. That brings it up to a little over 500 videos out of 1900 plus. And I'm not planning on LPing any Nintendo properties in the near future. So, I checked it out. Out of my most popular videos, the highest a Nintendo video ranks, a Nintendo property video ranks, is 73rd. Almost all of the videos that I get hits off of, like significant amounts of hits, are Ubisoft properties. So, that is Nintendo has not stated that they were gonna block content, and that most likely they're not. But essentially, what I wanted to say is I don't expect Nintendo to make a big deal about vintage gaming. I really don't. I expect Nintendo to make a big deal out of people playing new Super Mario Bros. U and things like that. This isn't going to affect me. I don't play anything. I don't own a Wii U. I won't be buying one. I own a Wii. I don't expect to play any Nintendo properties made for the Wii. So, if they decide to content claim some N64 games, I guess I might be in trouble. But as long as the content stays up, I'll keep the content up. So, more to the point, though, what I want to say is, is this problematic? Like, and yeah, I mean, I think it is if you're a Nintendo gamer, or a real Nintendo-based LPer, or somebody who really likes to LP things at the cutting edge. Like, well, yeah, it could very well be a problem. Is it, does Nintendo have the right to do it? Of course they have the right to do it. It's their property. They own it. What I would like to say, though, is, as far as I'm concerned, the more interesting video game properties out there, the most video game properties out there aren't Nintendo properties. Really, that the idea of Nintendo properties becoming unavailable to LP does not in any way, shape, or form, would not in any way, shape, or form change whether or not I'm going to be LPing, or what I would want to LP for that matter, because the bottom line is, like, I've done enough work with plumbers that step on turtles. Like, I don't have a lot of interest in the new Zelda games. I don't play Pokemon stuff or Kirby stuff. I mean, like, Nintendo's properties are pretty limited. And I want to say, I don't think the move surprises me. Really, when it comes right down to it, I get what Nintendo thinks about itself, but I get that Nintendo lives at an age where it thinks it's some gigantic player in the industry, and they are when it comes to platforms. But when it comes to game development, it's like a Minecraft, Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty world up there. And I don't think that, in general, I find a lot of Nintendo's kind of push on their new titles reasonably disappointing. So I really don't. The move doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me at all. I think from a company that fails to realize how internet-centered the world is, and they do consistently fail to realize that. It doesn't shock me that they would do this, and I don't really think it's, for me particularly, it's not a giant loss. Now, some of the people I subscribe to, this is gonna hurt, and I feel bad for them, and I don't, it's again, it's sad, but I can't say I think it's gonna be surprising, and I can't say that even if a community develops that wants to somehow oppose this and like put together a petition or something, I don't see it working. Nintendo, I assume still lives in a day where Super Mario Brothers was the hottest property around, and it's just not. Like, it's, and I can't say, like, when you're offering 20 years after your initial title for new Super Mario U is stepping on turtles and shooting fireballs, and your offering for a Zelda is, exactly like your last Zelda game. But with your princess looking a little less princessy, I don't necessarily know that, I really think that, how Nintendo deals with the internet is going to be relevant for the video game industry in the future. I don't think it's going to set a trend that other... In fact, it seems to have sparked some sort of homegrown backlash where developers are coming out and saying, like, we would never do this. So, does it disappoint me that Nintendo would do something like this? Of course it does. Of course it does. Will it stop me from doing Nintendo properties in the future? No, probably not. Like, if I want to do Super Mario Sunshine, I'm still going to do Super Mario Sunshine. I don't have plans to do that anytime soon. If I want to do Link to the Past, I'm going to do Link to the Past. If I want to do Luigi's Mansion, I'm going to do Luigi's Mansion. Nintendo's copyright claiming isn't going to... However, will it stop me from buying a Wii U? Like I was ever going to buy a Wii U in the first place? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Why as an LP would I do that? When I can, But, I don't know. I mean, I don't necessarily want a game system where the controller only lasts for like 3 hours anyway, and weighs as much as my PlayStation. So that's just my feeling. I'm not all that shocked, and I'm not all that disappointed, and it doesn't change my plans for the future at all. I actually don't have any Nintendo properties in my LP future for probably the next 6 months, in all honesty. Largely because the direction we're going just doesn't involve the kind of games that they were, I have, they didn't, I don't see myself nostalgia gaming again anytime soon, and if I do, it'll probably be properties that were developed, for a Nintendo platform, but by another company, which there are tons of. This isn't going to stop anybody from playing Super Nintendo games or N64 games. It'll stop people from playing Donkey Kong 64, Donkey Kong Country, maybe. But in my honest opinion is that in all likelihood, what it's going to stop is those things are going to affect Wii games and Wii U games. If they affect older games, well, okay. But, and I suppose it wouldn't shock me to see it affect my Ocarina of Time and my Majora's Mask and my Mario 64 LPs. That wouldn't, I guess that wouldn't shock me. But, again, I just don't, it doesn't have any impact in my future whatsoever. It's not going to change anything about what I'm doing or how I'm doing it. And it's not something I'm actually, like I said, like I'm not particularly surprised or upset or confused by this at all. I think it's a bad move for Nintendo. I think it's a horrible move for because I think it just goes to show. I think it's just another piece of evidence, like we needed another one, that they just don't, they don't get what's going on. I don't get requests very often for Nintendo properties, believe it or not. The things that people request from me are as follows: Minecraft, Minecraft, and Minecraft. That's what I get requests for all the time. I won't be playing Minecraft probably ever. So, and then I get requests. I get a lot of requests for Crash Bandicoot stuff and older Ubisoft stuff. Like those are the things I get requests for most often. So I don't really think it's going to, like I said, it's not going to kill any plans I have in the future to do LPs and things like that. And at the worst case scenario, 1 out of 4 of my videos will, I will lose content control over. Okay. But again, none of my 70 most popular videos. So, again, it's, I get why people are up in arms. And I felt as, because I am an LPer, that's what I am. Like, this channel is 1,900 videos of Let's Plays. Like, it's all I do. I get it. I get why people sent me the article. I appreciate it. I wouldn't have known about it otherwise. But so as an LPer, I thought that I had to put something on the channel about it. I had to talk about it. I will put a link to the article that people sent me, which I found at several other places. So it seems legit, and you can discuss it or whatever. But it's I think it's appropriate that right now what you're watching is is software developed, not by Nintendo for the PlayStation, essentially, because they don't have control over a lot of really interesting and really exciting franchises. They have control over 4 or 5 well-known franchises, and that's what this is going to affect. It'll affect anything else they developed, I suppose, but it's don't act like we're losing all Wii games and all GameCube games and N64, because we're not. We're not. We're losing, we're losing property of value, without a doubt. And it's a lot of LPers first go to the Nintendo well because it makes sense. There's a reason that most of the most LP games are Nintendo games. They're standards, but we will still there will still be Crash Bandicoot games. There will still be Rayman games. There will still be there will still be internet games and MMOs and all of these other kind of things that people are going to be playing with. And the entire catalog of the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation Series consoles and the Xbox, along with all vintage consoles like Atari and Fairchild Channel F and weird things like that. And the Magnavox Odyssey. Things you've never heard of. So, I just wanted to let you know where I stood personally and how it's going to affect me and what I plan to do about it, which is exactly what I've been doing in exactly the same way. So, I hope you enjoyed the early release of Crash Bandicoot Part 11. Yeah. So, you guys take care, and I hope that everything works out well for us, and the people that we watch and the people that we support. That would be nice. Other than that, I do have to say, personally, my first thought was, oh my god, the Runaway Guys. But, they'll do what they have to do. You guys, take care. I will see you this weekend. We're starting some new games. Again, none of which are Nintendo properties. And I'm hoping our things, at least one of them I'm hoping is going to be something unlike anything I've ever done before. So, you guys take care. And I'm glad you're watching. And bye, everybody.